Hello. If you are here in the building with us today, we wanted to let you know that we have a little hospitality set up for after service. There are tables and chairs being put outside on Page Street and some coffee and pastries being set up in our lower lobby. You can walk through the downstairs lobby into the lower lobby to get some pastries and then step out onto Page Street where you can take off your mask and enjoy some dining al fresco with our friends and family here at Unity San Francisco. I hope you can stay and enjoy a little time with us. Hello and welcome to Unity San Francisco. I wanted to let you know that from this Sunday on, we are open for guests here in the sanctuary with us. So if you're interested in coming for next Sunday's service, the registration will be up and running right after this service online on our website. You can sign up for next week's service. We have a maximum of 30 guests that can attend here in the building right now. It's where our COVID restrictions are with the city of San Francisco, and the most we can have in the space while feeling like we are protecting each person's space and comfort level and safety, health and safety. So 30 people, we welcome you. We are delighted to have you back, and sign up. It's on a first come, first served basis. If you're not on the web and need some help, just call me or call us here in the office and we will sign you up. All right. Thank you and have a great Sunday.
when I am down and oh, my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Unity San Francisco. I am so delighted to have you here in the room where it happens with us. And if you're at home, hello. I am so delighted to have you in your own room where it happens with us. I just wanted to go over, before service starts today, a couple of our safety protocols and as reminders and as a way to create this safe place together. First is that while you're here in the space, masks are worn at all times. You will see us here on platform without masks, but as we enter and as we exit, we'll be putting our mask on or off. And the only time you'll see us without a mask is when we're up here. Otherwise, in the sanctuary, on the stairs, in the restrooms, in the halls, please keep your mask on at all times. Also, you will notice that there is hand sanitizer all around the room, right underneath your chairs. There are stations all in the halls and downstairs. You can use it at any time for your own personal safety and comfort. Please respect everyone's distance and needs for distance, and just know that we are here to respect everybody's personal choices in this and keep each other safe. So thank you for being here. If you have any questions about our protocols or about any issues here, please see myself, Deanne, or any of the staff members. We're here to help you. One last reminder is we are now back live with people in the room. And so this is a reminder to turn off your cell phones, to let it go to silent. You can post, you can tell people you're here, you can take a picture of us, that's all fine, but do it all silently so the ringer doesn't go off. We're going to have a great service for you here today, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. Delighted that you've joined us. Happy Sunday, everybody.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday.
Welcome to everybody here in the room. Nice to have you here.
Yay, and I know
Wonderful.
we have some new faces with us today because we have our dedication of our window, of
Yes.
Jim's window happening. So welcome, welcome. If you're a first-time guest, welcome to Unity San Francisco.
We're so delighted that you're here, and welcome to everybody at home with us in Livestream or in our Zoom room, watching the live stream in our Zoom room. We're so delighted that you've chosen to join us here today. We have a full and packed service.
This is Reverend Ken Daigle, by the way.
Thank
just
you.
So that
Hi, I'm
everyone knows
Reverend
who's
Ken.
speaking.
And this is Reverend Deanne Weir-Morency. Hey. We have the honor of serving here for, God, I'm 8 years, you're seven years now. I took a lasso and drug her over here from the East Bay. And we are delighted that we get to be with you again and be with you in new ways. So whether we have people watching in Florida, we have people watching in Detroit, we have people watching all over the country, Wisconsin, all over the country, and people right here in the city by the bay.
So if you are a first-time guest and Unity might be new to you, we are a community that is anchored in the power of our capacity to show up as love, as light, as joy. And in that, we do see and know ourselves as divine. Right. And with that, we are creators.
Right, we are creators, and Jim's going to talk about that with us and how our thoughts, our beliefs, and our intentions manifest and create in the world. And we know that right now, aligned with the one power and one presence, everything is possible. So in this time of transition and change, we invite you today to hold with us that truth, that the divine is at work, even when we can't see it or feel it, and know that great things are about to unfold for all of us here, right now. So as we set our intention to that, I invite Deanne to start us with a prayer.
So I'm going to invite the prayer chaplains who are here in the room with us to rise and to anchor and sort of hold the sacred container for this beautiful, beautiful community. So if you want to go and stand and hold consciousness on the outside edges, that would be beautiful. For the prayer chaplains who are with us online, just inviting you to anchor the online community as well as the community that's here in time and space.
And this is one of our favorite singers who's back with us now, Ruby Day, singing On a Clear Day. Enjoy.
On a clear day, rise and look around you, and you'll see who you are. On a clear day, how it will astound you that the glow of your being outshines every star you'll feel part of, every mountain, sea, and shore. You can hear from far and near a world you've never heard before. And on a clear day, on a clear day, you can see forever and ever and ever more. So we just breathe into this space, this place that is clarity, that is our ability to see truth, love, grace. For it is the very truth of who each of us are, the living expression of a living love, and the clarity of our vision, the clarity of our capacity to see the very truth of life itself, allows us to transcend any sense of separation. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is my life. That life is your life right now. So we breathe and we give thanks for the opportunity to be still and know that the clear day is always ours. How good that is. How grateful I am. And so it is. Amen. Ashe. So thank you to the prayer chaplains. You can be seated. If anyone, please know that the prayer chaplains are available for prayer immediately after service. They're also available in the live stream in the Zoom room, and we can send you to a breakout room so you can have private prayer. You can also submit a prayer request online. And if you're in the space, we do have prayer requests for the prayer box right there in the back of the room. Please just avail yourself. It's one of the most powerful practices that we have in unity. And now I'm going to turn it over to Tyler.
Thank you, Deanne.
You're welcome.
Good morning, everyone. We are getting ready for our first community song. We've already released this song before as one of our closing songs, but I just want to say it was specially written for Unity San Francisco, written by Tony Harvey, Ryan Harvey, and Carl Pantel, this wonderful song. But also just as a reminder, especially if you're viewing with us online, if you're viewing live any Sunday, we invite you to go to the Zoom room. We call it the Spiritual Salon. Go to our website, click Spiritual Salon. During this song is your chance to log in, because right after, we're going to have an interactive moment of meeting and greeting. Those of us here in the sanctuary, please respect distance with others, but also go up to the Zoom camera to say hello and share your love with others online. So thank you for being here. Now, we're getting ready to exercise our faith, to fill our lungs with air, to lift our voice with this song written specifically for Unity San Francisco. Stand if you're willing and able here in the sanctuary. Stand if you'd like at home. Let's sing together. Welcome.
You are welcome, welcome. You are welcome here. W-E-L-C-O-M-E, W-E-L-C-O-M-E. All are welcome in unity. W-E-L-C-O-M-E, W-E-L-C-O-M-E, W-E-L-C-O-M-E. We salute your divinity. W-E-L-C-O-M-E. Does life have you on a stormy path? And does your heart yearn for peace and rest? A place you can learn and grow. I know a place you can go. Do you have more questions than answers? Does something deep within you stir? Are you longing to know Unity San Francisco? W-E-L-C-O-M-E, W-E-L-C-O-M-E. All are welcome in unity. W-E-L-C-O-M-E, W-E-L-C-O-M-E, W-E-L-C-O-M-E. We salute your divinity. W-E-L-C-O-M-E. We see your divinity. We see your authentic self. We see who you are called to be. We see your godliness. We love and let peace lead the way. We love the wholeness of you. We love and activate in faith. We love through trials too. We are a diverse community. We are a safe place to go. We are founded in unity. We are Unity San Francisco. W-E-L-C-O-M-E, W-E-L-C-O-M-E. All are welcome in unity. W-E-L-C-O-M-E, W-E-L-C-O-M-E, W-E-L-C-O-M-E. We salute your divinity. W-E-L-C-O-M-E, W-E-L-C-O-M-E, W-E-L-C-O-M-E. All are welcome in unity. W-E-L-C-O-M-E, W-E-L-C-O-M-E, W-E-L-C-O-M-E. We salute your divinity. W-E-L-C-O-M-E.
Yay! And now it's time for our meet and greet. So we invite you to greet each other with a handshake, honoring socially distancing. If you'd like to say hello to the folks in Zoom, you can stand right there on the white box taped out on the floor and say hello.
Hi, Jocelyn! Hey, Carol! Cherie! Chris! Hey! Alan and Dave! Hi, sweeties! Hey, Susan! Nice to see you! Hi, guys! Welcome to everybody! Say hi!
iPad in front of me. We're going to head back into service. So I'm going to invite everyone. We're going to mute people on Zoom, and I'm going to invite everybody in the sanctuary to grab your seat. And I'm going to turn it back over to Tyler. Who am I turning it to? Tyler.
Right. So thank you, everybody, for all that sharing of love. Another way to share love and to exchange reciprocal love is through giving and receiving at Unity San Francisco. So we try to make this as easy as possible. One of the simple ways is to text Unity SF and send that to 44321. Another simple way, when viewing on our website, click the button just below the video. Or if you're viewing on any other platform, click the donate link in the chat. And we're still receiving mail right here at our spiritual home at 240 Page Street. So another special Sunday of dedication. Ken, tell us about it.
Well, thank you all, and thank you for being here for this special day for Jim. And Deanne's here too, and we're going to give just a short little sequence of how this all came about. 2 years ago, exactly 2 years ago this month, we purchased this building, and it had, the first time we saw it 4 years ago, right? 4 years ago, we said, no, it's too much work.
We walked in and we were like, money pit.
But 2 years later, it was still on the market and $500,000 cheaper, and so it looked a lot better. And so we started, immediately when we moved in, we had all the windows removed because they hadn't been repaired in decades and they were about to fall out. So we had them removed in anticipation of having them restored, and we started a capital campaign to do that. I wrote a note to Jim about something else, and on the bottom of the note I wrote, I think you should have a window in your name too. The next day I got a phone call that said, well, how much would that be and which window can I have? And so we moved right into creation of these windows. It's the only thing we've really been able to do while we're waiting for city permits amid COVID, but the windows have all come back as you're sitting around and watching them. Jim's is in the vestibule at the top of the stairs here, so you can't see it at the moment, but I'm going to show you what the window looked like when we bought the building. This was that window at the top of the stairs, and it was very dark. It had missing glass, it had broken glass, the support bars were falling out, literally falling out. So we had it removed, and with Jim's help, we reimagined it. He went out to the stained glass studio with us, and this is what it looks like today. So we call it our Easter window, and we call it our sunrise window. It is truly remarkable, and Jim is very much inside of it. Before COVID hit, Jim, we didn't know that we'd be able to do this interactively, so I said to you, you have to come in and you have to record the story he told me about manifestation and for this window. So we have it on tape. We're going to show you a little clip of it before we invite Jim to say a word about why he said yes to my request. So, Jim.
11 years ago, I had a strong desire to visit the Taj Mahal. I knew about visualization, I knew how it worked, and I knew how to do it. So I went to my visualization throne, which is a chair in my living room, and for 5 minutes every day, I visited the Taj Mahal. I was there. I noticed the symmetry of the structure. I noticed the white marble walls. I climbed the steps, and I felt the encrusted stones in the interior of the walls. I was there, and I gave gratitude to the universe that I was present at the Taj Mahal. At no time during this process did I ever wonder how this was going to happen. The hows are not our responsibility. The hows are the responsibility of the universe. Our only responsibility is to visualize the end result with expectation. and I was doing that. After about 2 months of doing that, the phone rang, and it was my friend Mark Bailey, who is a travel agent. And she said, Jimmy, I'm so excited. She said, last week I attended a gathering of travel agents, and they had a raffle. And the grand prize for the raffle was a 2-week tour of India, all expenses paid. And the last day of the tour is to be in Agra, and that's where the Taj Mahal is located. She said, have you ever given any thought to traveling to India? And I said, the thought has crossed my mind. She said, Jimmy, would you like to be the person to go with me, to be the second person, to be my travel companion on this wonderful 2-week trip to India? And I said, my bags are packed. So off we went, Mark Bailey and Jim Johnson, to India. And sure enough, the last day of the tour was in Agra. And there it was, just as I had visualized it, the Taj Mahal. Now I'm going to repeat the mantra, and this time I want you to realize that the end result is being present at the Taj Mahal. An end result, visualized with expectation, will always force the circumstances necessary to cause its manifestation, no matter how unlikely those circumstances may have previously seemed. Thoughts become things. Now, as you leave the sanctuary this morning, you will notice that marvelous stained glass window. And you'll notice the inscription at the bottom, thoughts become things. And you will realize that you are a powerful person. Whatever it is that you want to accomplish, you can do it.
Whatever it is you want to accomplish, you can do it. So, Jim, before we formally dedicate this window, I want you to be able to say a couple words about why you said yes. What was in your mind?
Well, when you invited me to participate in the reconstruction of the windows, I jumped right on it, and I was delighted to do it for 2 reasons. One, for the beauty of the church, and 2, because I wanted one of the windows to be inscribed, thoughts become things, because I wanted it to be a reminder to you, every time you see the window, that whatever it is that you want to accomplish, you can do so because your thoughts become things.
So now I'm going to invite Deanne to bless this window and Jim and dedicate it for us.
So we're going to take a breath right now and just breathe into that space, that place that is the wholeness, that is the love, that is the light, that is the grace that we all are. Oh, how good it is to come together as we dedicate this window. We dedicate it from the very foundation of our teaching. We dedicate it from the awareness that thoughts become things. That which is speaking, guiding, sourcing, expressing as us, that in our yes, the way is made. A way that is the sunrise, a way that is new beginnings, a way that is this place within us where all things are possible. So I bless Jim, I bless this window, and I bless its continual reminder that thoughts become things. Yes, we are that powerful, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Ashe.
Well, thank you once again for Jim Johnson. And we have an affirmation for all of our giving. Your presence here today, online or in the room, is a gift. Your expression of gratitude in multiple forms is giving. And when we consciously give and receive in that experience of joy, that experience of love, that which we give is multiplied and lands. So we have an affirmation that we say around our giving is that I give with abundant love and joy. As I give, I receive. I invite you to enthusiastically and powerfully know that affirmation with me. Together, I give with abundant love and joy. As I give, I receive. And so it is. So today's talk is called No One Is Alone, based on the song, but also based on the experience I've been having for the last month since I finished my vaccination process. I immediately got on a plane to go to New Orleans and saw my mother for the first time, held her and hugged her in over a year. A newborn niece of mine, 2 months old, I got to hug and cuddle. And then a friend came to visit from San Diego. And that experience of being able to be with him and to really hold him and hug him was the reminder of what I felt was missing for this year. But I was also reminded that the truth is that we're not alone, no matter the outside circumstance. And I was reminded of this story about 15 years ago. My sister was having a really rough time in addiction. And my father called me and asked me to meet her at the plane. We arranged to get her to go to the rehab that I had gone to several years before and knew it was the real hope for her. But I wasn't prepared for what happened when I met her at the airport, because she got off the plane and she was 93 pounds. And she's 5'2", so she shouldn't be 93 pounds in any way, shape, or form. And she was missing teeth, and she looked about the color of these chairs. And my heart sank, but I rushed over to hug her and bring her into my car and into my world, and we went shopping, and we got her things she needed for the month stay she was going to have, and dropped her off at the rehab. And the whole way home crying, I was speaking to my father, and my father said, "We have to do something. Cindy is all alone. Cindy is all alone." And I said, "Dad, you know that's not true. Wherever she goes, no matter what she's going through, Cindy has God. She has all of us. She has what she needs. And however difficult this is, she has within her what she needs to transcend it." 15 years later, that baby I just hugged is Cindy's grandchild. And Cindy's part of that baby's life and her children's life, and is no longer 93 pounds, but she wouldn't want me to tell you her current weight, so I'll leave that part out of the story. But this song, for me, has always represented that truth, always held that place of understanding that no matter what, divine source is always there.
Mother cannot guide you. Now you're on your own. Only me beside you. Still you're not alone. No one is alone. Truly, no one is alone. Sometimes people leave you halfway through the wood. Others may deceive you Mother isn't here now.
Wrong things, right things.
Who knows what she'd say?
Who can say what's true?
Nothing's quite so clear
Do
now.
things, fight things.
Feel you've lost your way.
You decide, but you
are
are
not
not
alone.
alone.
Believe me, no one is alone.
No one is alone, believe me.
Truly, you move
Just a finger, say the slightest word. Something's bound to linger, be heard. No one acts alone. Careful, no one is alone. People make mistakes. Fathers, people make mistakes, holding to their own, thinking they're alone.
honor their mistakes. Everybody makes one another's terrible mistakes.
Witches can be right, giants can be good. You decide what's right, you decide what's good.
Just remember.
Just remember,
Someone is on your side, our side,
someone else is not. While we're seeing our side, maybe we forgot. They are not alone. No one is alone.
Hard to see the light now.
Just don't let it go. Things will come out right now. We can make it so. Someone is on your side. No one is alone.
Cleo Briggs, Carl Pantel, Misa Malone, and Ruby Day. Whew. Yeah. That understanding of truth, no matter what's happening, is true for all of us right now. No matter what we've experienced in the last year, no matter who we haven't been able to be with, we've been supported. And I invite you right now to count the ways in your head or in a piece of paper, there's paper and pen in front of you, of all the different ways that you've not been alone in this year. Because we can all list the hardships of this year. Can we list the ways that people have shown up for us, that we have made connections that we never would have made before, that we've experienced things in new ways, and how even beyond our ability to understand, one day after another, each and every one of us has had more than we need. All has been provided. And when we can count our blessings in that way, in that wholeness, in that completeness, when we can celebrate life itself, it magnifies and transmits and multiplies in our experience. And then the next step in that is to share it. It's not enough to know it and not acknowledge it in the world. I was at a workshop this last week for Unity World Headquarters, and we learned this new technique, new author, new paradigm that's out for, corporate feedback kind of world. But it was powerful in this one thing about giving praise or appreciation. And one model in it was just so perfect that I thought of it for this moment. And he said, you have to, when you're giving appreciation, when you're giving someone some praise, you need to make it specific. And they use an acronym of CORE. It needs to be in context. That thing you did for me, that when you brought me those groceries, that when you showed up at the hospital with your mask on to help make sure I was okay, that was so amazing. So it has to have context. It has to show the, I'm losing it right now on the O of CORE, is opportunity. It shows the organization in it. And the last one is the result. Because you did that thing, I experienced this. Because you called at that moment, because you hopped on the Zoom call, I felt less alone. It lifted my day. Because you asked, what can I do to support you? My day was transformed. I got out of my funk. I felt like I could get through it. Very specific, textual, real feedback to people is what they need to hear too. Because all of us have been doing all these things this year. And I tell you, from my point of view, it looks like here that we would say it into the camera, Deanna and I have talked about this, and have no idea if it landed. Had no idea if it was working, except we would get these emails or phone calls from people that would say, oh my God, what you guys are doing is so helpful. Oh my God, what you're doing to take care of us makes a difference. What you're doing in this situation helps. And those emails and that feedback, let us know we weren't alone. And then when you're giving, you need to support wholeness. And what I mean by that is we don't give to need. My father and I helped my sister financially and physically in all the ways, but we weren't giving to her lack. We weren't setting her apart. We knew that within her was something magnificent. So we were giving to the wholeness. And when we give to wholeness, when we give to lift people from wherever they may be in their experience to the truth of who they are, it's giving to their power, giving to their divinity, giving to their whole selves. It's not that they're less than us. It's just they're at a different point of the journey. How many of us have fallen down? How many of us, yes, I see the hands. How many of us have stumbled along the way? How many of us have gotten onto that wrong path? It's not because we're bad. It's not because we're evil or flawed. It's because we're human. Right? But in our divinity, when we can give to others divinity, their whole self, their holy being, we are acknowledging the truth that sometimes can't be seen. And then the last thing is to love extravagantly. And sometimes I say to love wastefully, because I say it purposefully that way, because love is a commodity that you can never exhaust. The bank account of love will never run dry. You can give, and you may not receive it back from that situation, but you will receive it back. For in the instance of giving love extravagantly, wastefully, it comes back to you in ways you can never imagine. Right? It comes back to you in the serendipitous thing that just shows up, in the event that comes months later that you weren't even thinking about, and all of a sudden, boom, there's a blessing in your life. As you go, oh, I didn't do anything to deserve this. Well, you've been doing those things your whole life. Those individual acts of kindness, of grace, of love, of compassion. And when you give it out, the universe, as Jim mentioned earlier, has no choice but to give it back to you and to fulfill that desire for love returning, for good in all of our lives. Love wastefully, extravagantly, completely. Love unconditionally. For there is no way that you can't be loved back. It just appears into our human eyes not to be reciprocated in the moment. But that's not the truth of who we are or how the universe works. In this moment, I'm going to invite Deanne up because we have a demonstration of that as well. If you were here at our annual meeting this year, we announced the hard news that because of the delay in the renovation of this building and the delays in our ability to interact in the COVID world, that we weren't going to be able to continue to extend Deanne's contract to full-time. She had been working for full-time in the last 2 years after we sold our old building, and some of those funds funded her full-time work here. And we knew that was coming to an end. It ended yesterday. And so Deanne is going back to her half-time contract. And we held with everyone in that painful change and that sadness that Deanne's good can't be held back from her, that the universe has unlimited ways of fulfilling her desires and providing for her needs. And so today she has an announcement.
So, bittersweet, as always, because this is my spiritual home, and that's not going to change. The good news, the bitter part is that today is my first day being part-time. That's the bitter part. The sweet part is that I have been invited to accept an offer at Unity in Marin as associate minister, specifically as director of education. It's a part-time position. And I will be developing, implementing, and creating an entirely new education program that is online, hybrid, and in person. And it's all part of their pathway of transformation model that I'm going to be creating and implementing. So I'm very, very excited about all of that. So it means that I am, so I will still be here, but I will also be there.
Yeah. And one of the great advantages, I'm going to get closer because we can now. And we've been so practiced about staying 6 feet apart.
Modeling,
this is
modeling.
so not like us. Other than this, it's like, one of the things she told me this week as we were signing all the new contracts and I was hearing about the new work is like, well, one of the great things is they think that job's, for right now at least, totally remote. And so she's going to be here in our office working here for them.
Right.
So I still have access to her.
That's right.
So I can still just go knock on the door.
I was like, Ken, it's remote, so I'm just going to do it remotely from here.
I was like, win-win. So with that, we
the beauty of this, I will say, is that it's about strengthening the region. It's about creating new networks of possibility between our community, between Marin. I'm teaching
Joint
at
classes.
Walnut Creek right now.
Yeah.
It's all about strengthening the unity movement as a whole while being committed to the strength of each of the individual communities.
Yeah.
It's a win-win for everybody.
For everybody. And so when we think we're not being blessed or the things that aren't happening, both Deanne and I had to hold it because change is hard, folks. We make plans, and as Jim taught us earlier, how it happens isn't up to us. We don't figure out how it happens. It happens. And so we're embracing this as one more step forward. So as this talk comes to a conclusion, no one is alone, right? There the divine in you and all around you has been leading you to your highest and best. I see you, I honor you, I respect you, and I support your full unfoldment. So, yay.
You guys are making me cry now. All right.
So let's take that to our time of meditation.
I'm going to let you do that.
This is one of our favorites. I Am Light. Oh, it's not by Karen Drucker. It's by Indy Ari. Typo.
I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. Light. I'm not the mistakes that I have made or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dreams I've left behind. I am light. Light. I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is all light.
All light. All light everywhere. Our essence, the truth of who we are, is that light that cannot be contained, that cannot be limited, but continues out in rays, in particles, in waves, constantly expanding and illuminating. Jesus is quoted in the Christian scriptures two different ways. He says, "You are the light of the world." You are the light of the world, and I am the light of the world. When we can sit and move and breathe in that understanding that it is our light that defines us, and that darkness is just the absence of light. So our job is to bring it to the situation, to bring it to our daily practice, to bring it to those difficult relationships, to bring it to the places that seem to be hopeless. I am light. Can you know that with me? I am light. I am light. We know that in the silence. I am light. And when we know that, when we are bringing the light into the space of our lives, there's no need to let go of or to work at letting go of the things we don't want. For the light changes everything, purifies, cleanses, illuminates the dark corners. The light you are is the gift. The light you bring changes the entire planet. For you are not anything you've ever done. You are the infinite potential of God.
I am divinity defined. I am God on the inside. I am a star shining peace over it all.
I am light. I am light. Light. And so it is.
I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. You are light. You are light. You are light. You are light. We are light. We are light. We are light. We are light. All light.
Namaste.
Namaste. Rich blessings. What we do every Sunday, we take moments of inspiration and I say, how can I set my intention? Not just for the future, not just for the next 7 days, but using the now moment, this now moment, to use my intellect and my will. So if any of these intentions work for you, then I invite you to join with me. There's a connection card on your chair, and I'll explain later about where to click. But there are certain intentions. See if this works for you, that in the midst of change, I am choosing to count the ways that I am supported in my life. That can be hard when I am in it, counting the ways. I can also choose to share my appreciation with those who support me, to take the moment to find a person and purposefully share. Right? In my change, I can choose right now to see others as capable and as whole. In the midst of my life, I can choose to see others. And in the midst of my life and in the midst of my changes, I can choose to love extravagantly. So whichever of these work for you, fill out the intention card that's on your chair. You can also click the button just below the video if you're viewing on our website, or click the spiritual connection card link in the chat if you're viewing on another platform. Let us know which of these ring true for you. We also have another part of this week's connection card is a survey. So Deanne, tell us about this survey.
Hello, everybody. So as we know, the CDC is shifting once again in terms of what guidelines are about being here in the space. So we have a very important question that we're asking of you, both those who are here and if you're watching us at home right now. So on your spiritual connection card, you'll notice that there's also this question, and if you are filling out the spiritual connection card online, you will see that this question is also online. online. So if all of our musicians and singers are fully vaccinated, would you return to in-person services with live singers and band? And the question would be yes with one singer and band members, yes with multiple singers and band members, no, not at this time, and then there's room for other. There's room for you to tell us exactly what your comfort level is if it doesn't line up with one of these. So please do let us know where you are, because it helps us be able to make decisions about how we're going to be moving forward that allow everybody to feel safe.
Yes, feel safe and feel comfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, it's part of our connection card, ways to let us know what you're feeling and thinking. One last part of the connection card is that if you're a first-time guest, whether you're here in the sanctuary or remotely, just let us know that you're a first-time guest. We'd love to send you just a little gesture of love.
Yes. So we have lots of ways that you can stay connected here at Unity San Francisco. First off, of course, we are open, so you can sign up online, of course, if you want to attend services in person. And then we also have a couple of classes programming coming up, which I'm going to, Tyler, you want to start them off?
Sure. We have Dave Cooperberg is teaching from Eric Butterworth's book, The Universe is Calling. So this is going to be Wednesday nights from 5 to 6:30 p.m. for 6 weeks. So join Dave Cooperberg, go to the website, sign up in advance.
Now, if you don't know who Eric Butterworth is, this is the class for you, because it's a great book, and he is so inspiring. And then our very own Tyler is going to be doing a life visioning program, practice group. I'm going to let you tell everybody about that. Yay, finally. I've been working on him for how long?
I know. I'm actually, yes. Look at me grow. Look at me growing. It's me. I'm growing. Okay. So this life visioning process is really simple. We get into a quiet, prayerful space, and Michael Beckwith, the Reverend down in Los Angeles, wrote a question. We get in that quiet space. We ask a question. What is the highest vision of my life? You become receptive and simply repeat quietly. And then we encourage pen and paper, have something to write with. Some people have feelings. Some here may be a phrase. Some may have a fragrance or a color. It is to be quiet, to be receptive, to ask a simple question: what is the highest vision of my life?
Now, this practice, I can't tell you how it transformed my life, but this practice, when you do it again and again and again, it's like building a mosaic.
Yes.
Every week, you get a new little glimpse of something, and you begin to put that mosaic together. So please do join Tyler on Mondays, June 7th through the 28th, from 5 to 6 p.m. This will be a Zoom call, right? And for Alan's class, that is also an online class. It is all happening online through Zoom. Dave.
Yep, on Zoom.
Alan's class is done. Dave's class is starting, but all of our classes at this time are online.
Yep. Go to the website, sign up in advance.
Yes.
We're so excited. Now, we also have our things going on right now today.
Yes, so we have our community connection in Zoom immediately following service. It's a way to connect with people who are in Zoom and to chat a little bit. Prayer chaplains are available for prayer. So please let anyone know with the Stoll if you would like to pray with them. That happens online and in the back of the sanctuary. And prayer chaplains are also available to pray outside if you're more comfortable with that. We have hospitality downstairs, and at 12:30 there is a prayer chaplain meeting. So we will gather here if we're in person, and we will have remote prayer chaplains on Zoom. Everyone who's here will have their own microphone, so we'll really be able to hear and connect with each other. All right.
And as always, just a really quick thank you to everybody, not only our ministerial team, not only to Jim, thank you so much, especially to you, thank you so much for your ongoing love and support. And to our staff, and to our audiovisual team, and the music team, and all of the Unity movement, but really important, every single person who hears these teachings and wishes love for anyone, thank you.
Yeah.
You, all of us, are a part of this loving movement, Unity San Francisco, so thank you.
So we have a closing affirmation, so I'm going to invite you to just breathe into this space. I'll say it first once, and then I'll invite you to repeat it with me. I lovingly create a world of safety, equity, and equality. Can we please know this together?
I lovingly create a world of safety, equity, and equality.
And so it is. So rise as you're willing and able for our fabulous new community song, One Step.
One step, one step, one step, one step. Old-time religion is a box I do not fit in. I am metaphysical, I am transcendent. Change the situation by changing your mind. Raise the vibration by knowing you are divine. Make a mental path, one step, repeat. I surrender to the presence of the God in me. Make a mental path, one step, repeat. I am practicing the presence of the goddess in me. What do you believe? You got to know your truth. Pure potential possibility, that is you. If you stand in opposition, you perpetuate the thing. What you resist, persist, so let love be what you bring. Make a mental path, one step, repeat. I surrender to the presence of the God in me. Make a mental path, one step, repeat. I am practicing the presence of the goddess. One step, one step, one step, one step. Follow your intuition and the passion that you got. Be pulled by your vision, don't get pushed by your thoughts. Everything experienced is energetic. Be aware of energy you give and you get it. Our routine, step into observant state. Change your mind by changing habits, choose a different way. Say, oh yes, to your highest and your best. What you desire, you can straight up manifest. Make a mental path, one step, repeat. I surrender to the presence of the God in me. Make a mental path, one step, repeat. I am practicing the presence of the goddess. One step, 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 one step.
Woo! Happy Sunday, everybody.
Happy
Photos
Sunday.
by Jim Window in the vestibule and hospitalities downstairs.
That's right. Don't miss the window.